السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. نحمده ونصلي على سيدنا ونبينا ومولانا محمد نبي الأمي وآله وصحبه وبارك وسلم. أما بعد، أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. شهر رمضان الذي أنزل فيه القرآن هدى للناس وبينات من الهدى والفرقان. صدق الله العظيم. وقال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم: خيركم من تعلم القرآن وعلمه، أو كما قال عليه الصلاة والسلام. إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما. اللهم صل على سيدنا مولانا محمد طب القلوب ودوائها وعافية الأبدان وشفائها ونور الأبصار وضيائها وعلى آله وصحبه وبارك وسلم. Prophet ﷺ mentioned in one of the hadith, its mafhum is that on the day of judgment, the person who will be closest to me will be the one who has recited maximum durood. It's important for us to understand the beauty of and the reward of durood that we as believers will get on the judgment day. This reward we can't even imagine. The reason being is that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has mentioned in Quran that inna Allah wa malaikatahu yusalluna ala nabi ya ayyuhalladhina amanu sallu alayhi wa sallimu taslima. This verse of Quran actually states that yusalluna, it's actually considered, we use the word taqidan. That means repeat it over and over. It's not just once. And the reward of the durood is that you just name any problems in your life. You name it. Durood has the solution of it. It is such a strong wazifa that we as a Muslim, we are unaware of its reward, because once Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, one of the Sahabi mentioned that Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam went into the position of sujood, and he mentions that I was noticing and I was waiting for so long. I was just observing when Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam will actually come back from the sujood, and I was afraid that God forbid that Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam's soul has been taken already. That much long Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam was there in the sujood. But eventually when he returned back, the Sahabi asked that, "Oh Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, what was going on? That I noticed that you did sajdas for such a long time." Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has revealed and sent through the angel that whoever recites durood on me once, Allah will give him 10 rewards, he will take away his 10 sins, and he will increase his 10 stages in Jannah. For that purpose, I went into the sujood for thanking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So durood is one of the most precious wazifa. You know that in the olden days, they used to say that most of the aslaf, they used to go to masjid on the day of on Friday, because in those days, the holidays were on Friday. Right now, we are having it Saturday and Sunday. They were having holidays on Friday. And they used to go in the mornings, they go and sit in front. and they start reciting durood at least 1,000 times. It's not a big deal. This 1,000 looks like a big number. You can recite Sallallahu Alaihi Muhammadin, Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, it's one durood. In 1,000 duroods, there is a mafhum in the hadith that the person who recites daily 1,000 durood, he will not leave this world in the last moment close to his death until he sees his place in Jannah. Until he sees his place in Jannah. Can you imagine the status that this person is going to get? And durood also, when you recite, it's very important that it should not be just for the sake of completion. One of the great scholars, he was from Silsila Shazliya, he was actually reciting durood very, very frequently. And he used to recite so consistently every day. He was actually named as one of the scholars who has seen Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam so many times. So the mafhum is that once Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam came in his dream, and he says that you recite so much durood, but also try to recite it with more and more focus and concentration. Because it's not just about the durood that is reaching Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Because when we recite, literally an angel takes our name and sits and goes to Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, that so and so person who is actually the son of so and so, he is reciting durood on you. And which durood you recited, with what ikhlas you recited, everything is there. So your ikhlas is also reaching there. It's not just your durood is reaching. And the person who recites durood, whatever he speaks, the kalimat, the words that comes out of his mouth, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala influences on the other person's heart. That is the strength of durood. And this is why it's one of the things, before we proceed to come to the main discussion, I wanted to address about durood. Coming to our main, again, another discussion, and that is regarding this special auspicious month of Ramadan and the special day, which is Friday. You see, if you guys really want to achieve the whole year success, only you have to do 4 days of hard work in this Ramadan. Just 4 days. Just 4 days. You know, right? The whole month of Ramadan, we have to fast, we have to do Taraweeh and everything. But just these 4 days can actually influence your whole Ramadan. And these 4 days will eventually influence your whole year. And let me explain how it can happen. One of the things that is very important here is that this month of Ramadan, although we know that it is actually special, but first we need to understand the day of Friday. The day of Friday. On this day, you know, the acts and the good deeds that you do on Friday will completely influence the whole day, the whole week that is upcoming from here onwards. So let's say, for example, if this Friday you saved your eyes from haram, inshallah, whole 1 week you will save from haram. Your eyes will be saved. If you actually protect yourself from any sin or from layani things, then a whole week you will be protected. And this whole week will be eventually, if you spend your time in the dhikr, durood, it will eventually have direct impact. It will be like a mirror for your remaining 6 days. Now, why did I say that the month of Ramadan is so special? Just indicating this, that when you do 1 day, from one Friday to another Friday, you are protected, inshallah. Likewise, until the 4th Friday, for 4 weeks, you will be protected. And guess what? We already got the verse of Quran in which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, kutiba alaykumus siyamu kama kutiba ala alladhina min qablikum la'allakum tattaqun. That means, if you are, the mafhum is that you will attain the taqwa in Ramadan, you will have the influence for the remaining 11 months. So these 4 days, that is 4 Fridays, you work diligently and sincerely, without any riyah. The most important thing that is actually affecting our Muslim Ummah is it's very difficult to save and protect yourself from Riyah. Allama ibn Jawzi rahmatullah alayhi, he has mentioned in one of his book called Tilbis al-Iblis, in which he has explained there are hundreds of different ways that shaitan can actually trap you and actually involve you or put you in Riyah and show off. It is such a difficult thing to protect yourself that even the person from the topmost until the lowest most can actually get into the trap. The only few which are actually great ones they can actually protect, and we have one of the best examples of the Shaykh Abdul Qadir Jilani rahmatullah. You know that you might have studied about this in his books about Hazrat Abdul Qadir Jilani rahmatullah, that he was doing riyazat for years and years and years, and after that something that comes up in the sky and says that, oh Abdul Qadir, I am happy from your prayers and all, from today onwards you don't need to pray. And Abdul Qadir Jilani immediately says, La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. It is from shaitan. Because when the prayer was actually not left by Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, how come I am in a position to leave it? And the second thing that he actually say, oh, today, oh Abdul Qadir, you protected yourself because of your knowledge. Then this is the second step he tried, because he wants Hazrat Abdul Qadir Jilani to think that it is because of your knowledge, not because of the fadl of Allah. He says that again he's recited, La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. It is because of the fadl of Allah I am saved, not because of my knowledge. So first of all, the riyah that we have to work on to protect ourselves in this month of Ramadan. Now coming to the most important thing, the reverse that I recited, that Shahru Ramadan alladhi unzila fihi al-Quran. The purpose to get closer to Allah that we have, it is only going to be possible to achieve when we are getting close to Quran. In our today's era, in our today's generation, we are actually teaching our kids that they can actually learn, any level of knowledge. We are doing that, you can become an engineer or a doctor or anything you want to become. They have a mindset that I want them to be having a successful life. Yes, the life is going to be successful. Eventually, it's going to end. And no one can deny this. And I told you about this in the previous discussion. I mentioned a similar thing, that even kafir also, after Allah and Prophet ﷺ, there is one truth that no one can deny, is death. That every single one of us has to taste. And that is no doubt about it. And when we are going to definitely die, we will understand that what eventually we got in hand. Because Rasulullah ﷺ has said in the hadith mafhum that Yaqulu ibn Adam, Mali, Mali, Mali. Son of Adam says, my mal, my money. And then he says, Hallaka ibn Adam min malin. What, oh son of Adam, that is your mal, that is just illa ma akalta fa afnayta. You eat it and it finishes. Oh, labista fa ablayta. You wear it and it gets older and older. Oh, tasaddaqta fa akhlayta. Oh, kama qala alayhi salatu wassalam. If you do sadaqah, you are saving it for akhirah. This is what he is going to get it. That is what the person who is going to work for this, what eventually we are working for, to earn something, take care of the best possible life. Is it going to end up? No, it's not going to end. You're going to you want to get million, you want a billion. It will never stop. This will continue. Until when? Rasulullah ﷺ has said, it's one of the mafhum is that son of Adam, if you give the son of Adam one whole well full of gold, he will desire that he could get one more. It's not going to stop. So dunya is something that the desire that continues, it never stops. But the purpose is not accomplished. What was that? We didn't even get a chance to read the message of Allah. That one book we don't know cover to cover with tafsir. That we came into this, the purpose of existence, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has mentioned that this is the burhan that you got, that is sufficient for you. It is sufficient for you for the guidance. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam in the Quran, these two are actually Quran and Mubin and Burhan. These two are enough for you. These two are enough for you for your guidance. but we didn't even pay that much attention. The same Prophet who invested his whole life crying for us, he never forgot even a single salah, that he didn't even forget to cry for us. Hazrat Aisha radiallahu anha used to say that, oh Ya Rasulullah, give me one dua, give me one dua. And Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when he recited the dua, she was so much excited and happy that I never heard such a dua from Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that in all my 5 prayers, I used to recite this for my ummah. She was so much excited that even the whole ummah is getting daily, but the whole ummah is not giving anything in return. What's something we can give to our Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam? Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam doesn't need anything from us, except Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam has said that to Hazrat Rabia radiallahu anha. He has mentioned that do sujood more and more, so that on the judgment day, Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam will pick us out. Those people who pray salah, he will pick out just like a white horses someone can take out and from the black horses. And this is salah. But salah is not completely accomplished until we don't know the message of Allah. Your ibadah and anything is equivalent to nothing if you really don't know what exactly and how exactly you have to pray. If somebody says that I want to pray and he wants to pray like, 4 rakats, instead of 4 rakats, he wants to, I will offer 5 rakats. I want to offer extra. Allah is not going to accept it. That's not acceptable. So our prayers is actually accepted because if we have an ilm. And that is very important. Quran is the most important thing that we have to focus on in this month of Ramadan. This Quran that we have revealed, Allah has revealed, most of us, we don't even know the tajweed. Please remember, my friends, that tajweed is so important that if you don't pronounce it properly, the meaning changes. So please, I want to actually address this main discussion regarding the Quran to our brothers and sisters. Please give your best that you reach out to Mufti Sahab or anyone here who can help you out to read the Quran properly. Read the Quran properly this month of Ramadan. At least read the whole Quran properly with tajweed, without which the meaning will be changed. And if the meaning is changed, then you are not actually helping or harming yourself. May Allah guide all of our ummah to the right path. May Allah give that love for us in our heart for the Quran Sharif and Quran Kareem. And may Allah make us good Muslims and practicing sincere Muslims with enough knowledge of Islam. Wa ma alayna illa al-balagh.